Hey friends, welcome back to She's At It Again, and I want to make a short video, just tiny bit of information for those of you who might be new to doing laundry or dealing with stains. This doesn't have anything to do with cooking, but for a lot of us who've been doing laundry a long time, you realize that you come across a stain and you think, okay, I know what gets that out. But some people don't realize this hack, if you will. I don't really know if it's a hack. I can't be that smart, but when you have blood on something like cotton or some fabrics, now keep in mind, this doesn't work on all fabrics because we're going to be talking about hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide is considered a bleach, so you need to test it on a small area of what you're dealing with. But for me, okay, this is the story. Yesterday afternoon, I had a project. I had to paint 50 of these wooden boards that I'm going to be teaching a class to some people on how to paint something. So I had to prep all these pieces of wood. When I got them all painted while they were drying, I thought, oh, I'll go out and start my grill. I had 3 things I needed to grill: burgers, pork chops, and some steaks. So I go start the grill. I come back to the garage. I start cleaning up my paint project, putting the drop cloths up, putting the tables up, and I realize there is some termite activity on a corner of our garage, not to the foundation itself, but on a piece of wood that was there holding up this knee pad thing that keeps my husband's truck door from hitting the brick wall when he opens up the door. So I realized that. So I called the pest control company. They send somebody out. And as soon as I hung up the phone with the guy from the pest control company, I had a nosebleed. Now, I know all that story, all that crazy story, to get to the point where I was having a nosebleed. These are something I never had up until just a few years ago. I'm not really sure why I have them, but I had one when we were in Greece. My husband's running around the neighborhood going, does anybody have a napkin? They probably thought there was a homicide somewhere, but it was crazy. At the most inopportune moment. It's bizarre. So anyway, all that to say, I finally have a piece of fabric because I thought about doing this recently and I thought, I'm not going to cut myself just to show somebody how to get blood out. So I have the hanky that was in my hand yesterday when I had a nosebleed. So as gross as that is, I'm going to show you what peroxide does to this when you spray it on there to get out blood. So let me set up the camera so you can see what I'm doing here. And this is dried on. This is a little vintage hanky that I usually carry in my pocket. Well, I have a number of them. But we're going to spray the peroxide directly on this. Now try to keep it away from your hands because it'll really dry your hands out. But the spot where I just sprayed it, it's already taken it off. You can see that it bubbles up. And it's crazy how it gets this out. Now I'm going to spray this entire thing. Let me turn the camera down so you can see it. Now you could soak something like this in cold water and it might come out by the end of the day, but I'm fixing to wash a load of white clothes and I want to put this in there with them because it's got disinfectant in it and it's washed with hot water. Well, I'm about out of peroxide, it feels like. Well, just this spray bottle. I have plenty of it in other places. Okay, so we pretty much have that doused. I'm just going to fold this up. You can see where it's getting on the counter, and I'll clean that up with a different rag. But I'm going to launder this, and then I'll let you see it when it comes out of the washing machine and see what it looks like and see if it's taken it off. Okay, wash cycle is done. We're going to bind them in the washer. Okay. All right, ready? This is the big reveal. There is nothing left on here. Now remember, this thing looked like I'd cleaned up after a homicide. Not even kidding. That had a lot of blood on it. But took it all out. So the magic of peroxide, and now you know. But remember, this isn't good on every fabric. There's some fabrics that it might bleach it out. So just be real cautious about that. But put it on there, let it set for a little while, and then launder as usual. So hope this has been helpful. And this works on not just clothes, but on bedding, anything, carpet, anything like that where you might have blood on there, and blood's tough to get out with anything else. So anyway, hope this has been helpful, and we look forward to sharing something again with you real soon. Bye guys.